Good.
All right, thank you.
Okay. I'll call a meeting to order. Looks like we have Mary Schlitt from the city, Mike Archikoski.
Yep, and just to make sure, we need to cover report in how or where we're remoting in from under the new policy that I had sent you guys. So yep, Mary Schlitt, I'm remoting in from Ishpeming, Michigan.
I'm Mike Archikoski, remoting in from Marquette, Michigan.
Ken Lamar, remoting in from Marquette, Michigan as well.
Okay. Can you go do roll call?
I think we've got Gigi coming on the line right now too.
Okay.
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you, Gigi.
Okay. Great. Hi.
Hello.
Gigi, would you introduce yourself and tell us where you're remoting in from?
Oh, sure. This is Gigi Gordon, and I'm remoting from my office at H&R Block,
Okay,
which is at on US 41 West.
okay. That should do it for roll call. I'm not seeing any agenda changes. Does anybody have a change to the agenda?
I do not.
Nope.
Not hearing any. We'll move on to approve the agenda.
I move to approve.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Not hearing any opposition. Move on to public comment. Is there anybody with public comment?
Nope.
Not hearing any. Okay, and we'll move on to the consent agenda then. Ken, would you like to read the last minutes?
I can do that, sure. August 25th, 2020 meeting minutes. We had two presentations. One was Wells Fargo Investment Portfolio quarterly report, and the other was the actuarial valuation report by Michael Gano. Consent agenda, February 25th minutes were approved. Motion by Gordon, second by Schlitt. Motion carried 4-0. Old business, we approved the new language to the city policy concerning administration pulling their annuity payment upon retirement from the pension fund. There was a motion by Lamar, second by Schlitt. Motion carried 4-0. New business financial reports as of July 31st, 2020. Total portfolio balance was 37.5 million. Received, reviewed, and filed. Pension enhancement account as of May 31st, 2020. Account balance was 722,000. Received, reviewed, and filed. Summary of annual report. Received, reviewed, and filed. Renewal of fiduciary liability insurance. Motion by Lamar, second by Schlitt to pay the $4,485. Motion passed 4-0. We also had a invoice for legal services. Motion by Gordon, second by Lamar. Motion passed 4-0 to settle that. Info only, we had a committee presentation to the city commission scheduled for August 31st at 6 p.m. Motion to adjourn was made by Schlitt, second by Lamar. Adjournment was at 11:16. And that is the minutes.
Thank you.
Yep.
Do we have anybody move to approve those?
I so move.
I'll second.
Okay, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion passes 4-0. Moving on to old business. Is there any old business to discuss?
I do not have any.
Nope.
All right. Nothing's listed out in the minutes. We're good on that front, Mary?
Yep, we're good.
Okay. Moving on to new. Let's cover item A with the financial reports as of September 30th, 2020.
Yep, following the report I had given you, item 5A, this is going to give us a wrap up of the end of the fiscal year. So you can see in that top colored box that we have a total investment portfolio now balance of $37,532,282.58. Activity for the month, the checking account had increased by $16,950. And we had an accounts payable due of $10,825. That was for our fiscal year 20 actuarial. The investment accounts had a decrease of $977,000. And in that very top monthly activity box, you're going to see that that activity consists of $9,000 in dividends and interest. We had $134,000 in capital gains. Those are the investments that we sold at a gain. Retiree payouts are of $202,000. And then the fair market value adjustment, which is again just that accounting adjustment to bring the investments to their current market value. And that's at a negative $918,000. Again, our investments are held to maturity, and you can see we usually do sell at gain. So overall, for the year, we have a net change of $2.7 million in gains.
Nice.
Okay. Any discussion on that? Or
Nope.
questions? None for me.
Nothing for me either.
Okay. Received, reviewed, and filed. Moving on to 5B, the GASB 6768 reporting quote, updating the
Yep.
actuarial through September 30th, 2020.
Yeah, so every year to get the reports updated for the financial reports, which end September 30th, we need to have our actuarial updated from the December 31st deadline all the way up to our December 31st actuarial that we already have. We need that updated those 9 months. So this is an additional invoice quote of $3,750 in order to perform that auditing adjustment.
Okay.
And you'd need a motion to pay that bill?
We will.
I do.
Is there any discussion on that, or any?
No discussion.
Okay.
I move that we pay it.
Anybody
I
second?
can second. Second by Archikowski.
I think I heard you second it, Ken.
Yep, that works for me.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Motion passed 4-0 to pay that reporting quote for GASB. We'll move on to 5C, actuarial services quote, October 1, 2020 through September 30, 2021.
So again, this is our contract with Gabriel Roeder, and this is now for the fiscal year 21 actuarial services. So they are proposing $10,600 for the annual actuarial services. I've also included kind of a historical rundown of how those services have increased. Last year, the actuarial services was $10,400. There is no movement on the calculation for exclusion ratios, be it for with or without an annuity withdrawal. So without an annuity withdrawal, the exclusion ratio is $325 and with is $425. No change from prior years.
Okay.
What is the exclusion ratio?
So there are some members that were, when they were there's a non-taxable portion and a taxable portion to their contributions. And there's just a special
Okay.
calculation that the actuaries need to perform.
Oh, sure. How much is taxable? How much isn't? Got it.
Right, thank you.
But so who do they, I'm not clear on this. I mean, they're not issuing the 1099-Rs.
No, they are the ones that are performing the calculation though, so that we know what to distribute to each of the retirees.
Oh, I see. And also how to break down how much is taxable and how much isn't?
Correct.
Okay. Got it. So I have another question. So this 10,006 figure, which I guess has gone up $200 from last year, if I followed you.
Yep.
Is does that include this extra payment we just voted to make?
No, it doesn't. So we'll probably have another $3,000 to $4,000 payment next year as well for that 9-month update.
Do we pay the 10.6 all at once?
We usually pay it when they're done with the annual actuarial. So we probably need to make this. I'm sorry, I keep talking over you.
No, go ahead.
We usually pay this when we get our actuarial done.
Okay. It's weird that since they know they're going to have to make the other thing too, why isn't that just part of the contract? You know, they know we need 2 different reports.
Yeah, I agree. This has been a change that came in when the Governmental Accounting Standards Board updated from, I think it used to be Statement 28, when they updated it to Statement 67 and 68. We used to be able to do the actuarial report based on, we used to be able to do the financial report based on the figures we received for December. But when the GASB adjusted it, they now need that that additional work done. I agree. I don't know why we just don't include them both, but for now, this is what we're working with. It's not as in-depth of an update.
Okay, it's just weird. But anyway, now I understand. So it doesn't include the fiscal year end 9-month thing that we just approved from the same bill we've just approved from the same company. And we can anticipate getting one of those bills every year as well.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Any more questions or discussion on that item? I'm not hearing any.
I don't have any.
Okay. We'll take somebody to move if they want to vote on that.
I guess I move to approve it because we have to pay it.
I'll second that.
Gigi and Ken. Okay, all in favor to pay that quote from Gabriel Rodersmith?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. That's passed 4-0. Takes care of item C. We'll move on to 5D. That'll be an invoice for a duty disability retiree follow-up exam.
Yeah, as you recall, last year we had a duty disability retirement, and part of that policy requires that for 5 years we have an annual physical, and just kind of reaffirms that that duty disability still exists. And this is the invoice for that.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with this. I'm trying to make heads and tails of this. We don't know who it is. They have put in for a duty disability, and
I've just redacted the information of the person that we're charging this for.
Right. So the UPHS is billing the pension board for this duty disability exam, or we're billing the person for the exam?
The pension board is being invoiced just as we were last year when we were trying to affirm the duty disability exists. So this is kind of following that due diligence, fiduciary responsibility that, again, that the disability still continues, and it wasn't just a one-time fluke, so to speak. I don't know how to better describe it, but again,
or
just
was it fraud?
Correct. Yep.
Or wasn't fraudulent. It evokes for me a case we had in Maryland where a postal worker went off on disability and then went on with a bad back, he said, and then he went on the pro bowling circuit. So we always called that the bowling for dollars case because he wasn't disabled. So it's in our interest to confirm that people continue to be disabled. But my question is, what if the person wasn't? what if the physical determined, or, there was other evidence to suggest the person wasn't disabled anymore? Then would the person be required to come back to work?
Possibly. They could also end up owing a liability to the pension system.
I see.
There is some write-up that we would follow at that point, but so far
Okay.
we're not.
Okay. Well, it strikes me as a very reasonable charge for making sure we're not, paying somebody for a disability that he or she no longer has.
I agree.
And I think we should pay it.
I agree.
Is that a motion?
Yes, that's a motion. I move we pay this very modest bill.
Alrighty, I can second that.
Okay. All in favor to pay this $135 bill to UPHS?
Aye.
Aye. Anybody opposed? No. Okay, we'll pass that 4-0. And move on to item 6. And is there any public comment? Not hearing any. What about item 7? Comment from the members. Does anybody have anything to say?
I do. This is Gigi. Mary, I'd be interested in, I don't understand why Gabriel Roeder doesn't put everything they anticipate that will pay into the contract. I mean, could you ask them why isn't the 37.5 in the contract? 'Cause
I'll
that's
include
really-
that. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
discuss with them and we can see if they can include that as one big lump sum.
Yeah. And then the other thing is, it doesn't mean we have to pay it all at once. It just, and the other thing is, I'm curious to know, how long have we been getting the end of fiscal year 1 that we just are paying for now? How many years back have we been doing this?
I think this is our third or fourth year now.
Okay. So how has this bill changed? Do you know? I mean, I'm sure.
It's been pretty marginal, no more than $100.
Okay, just curious. It just seems weird to me. So thank you.
Yep.
And then again, I'm really waiting to reach out to Judge Greeley to join us when we get back to meeting in person, although this is working so well. Maybe I'll invite him next time to sit in on a Zoom. So that's an update on that. And then I listened to our chairman give his presentation to the city commission, and he was very masterful and demonstrated quite a command of our activities. And I want to commend him for the job he did.
Thank you.
You're welcome. That's all from me.
All right. Ken?
And then I'll just follow up real quick too. I know we've had some discussion in the past about could a retiree sit on the board?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I don't have the documentation with me this morning from our attorney. There is nothing barring a retiree from sitting on the board. The only problem would be that they couldn't vote on any measures that directly impact a retiree payment. So we would need to make sure that we had enough of a quorum that there was no conflict of interest.
Okay, good to know.
Would they
makes
still have to
sense.
be city residents?
Yes.
Very good.
Thanks for clarifying that.
That's all I've got.
Okay,
Nothing from me either. No,
well, let's adjourn this baby.
let's do it. All right, we're gonna adjourn at 10:19 unless Mary tells me I need a motion.
I think we'll take one from Gigi as enough, and I will second it.
Okay.
Very good.
I'm in favor.
All right, all in favor, sounds like 4-0.
All right.
Thanks, guys.
Aye. Okay,
Thank you.
thanks everybody
Nice
Hi,
for
talking.
showing
everybody,
up.
thanks.
Have a good day. Stay
Bye.
safe.
Good to see and hear from you all.
You as well.
All right,
All right, bye-bye.
bye-bye.